Right now, someone is deciding whether you keep your disability benefits. And most people have no idea who that someone actually is. It's not your doctor. It's not your lawyer. It's not even the office you walked into when you first applied. There is a review process, and the government just made a big change to it. Starting right now, the Social Security Administration has taken full control of who decides if you stay on disability benefits. They pulled that power away from state agencies. And if you or someone in your family receives SSDI or SSI, this affects you. Don't go anywhere, because what I'm about to tell you, most people won't find out until it's too late. Let me explain what's been happening. When you receive disability benefits from Social Security, the government doesn't just send you a check and forget about you. They check on you regularly. It's called a continuing disability review, or CDR for short. A CDR is basically the government asking, do you still qualify? And here's where it gets complicated. For years, those reviews were handled by your state, not the federal government, your state, which means the rules, the speed, the decisions could be different depending on where you live. Someone in Texas might have a completely different experience than someone in Florida or Ohio or California. And if your state agency made a mistake, if they lost paperwork, if they were backlogged, you paid the price. Thousands of people lost benefits they were entitled to or waited months, sometimes years with no answer. That system? The SSA just changed it completely. Now, before I tell you exactly what changed and what it means for your benefits, there are 3 things I want you to keep in mind as we go through this. Number 1, is this change actually good for people on disability? Or does it put benefits at risk? Number 2, what happens if you're right now in the middle of a review? Does this affect your case? And number 3, there's a number the SSA quietly released that tells us exactly how bad the backlog had gotten. And it'll surprise you. I'll answer all 3 of those. Right here. Keep watching. On March 12th, 2026, the Social Security Administration made an official announcement. They are centralizing all continuing disability reviews. What does that mean in plain English? Before this change, when it was time to review your case, the SSA would send your file to a state agency, a disability determination service, they call it. Your state would look at your medical records, make a decision, and send it back. Now, the SSA is doing all of that in-house, federally, directly, one system, one set of standards, nationwide. Now here's that number I mentioned. The SSA quietly admitted something important in this announcement. At one point, there were 1.26 million pending disability cases. Let that sink in. 1,260,000 people waiting to find out if they still had benefits. Did you know it had gotten that bad? Since June of 2024, they've worked it down to 831,000. That's still almost 1 million people waiting. By taking control of reviews directly, the SSA says they can move faster, less handoffs between agencies, less back and forth, less confusion. They say it will also reduce improper payments, meaning people getting paid when they shouldn't be, or not getting paid when they should. Here's the part I really want you to pay attention to. If you received a letter recently saying your disability benefits are being reviewed, your case may now go through this new federal system, not your state agency. That could mean a different timeline than what you expected. It could mean different reviewers looking at your file. So here's my question for you. Have you received a CDR letter in the last 6 months? If you have, or if you think you might be due for a review soon, there are a few things you should do right now. First, make sure your medical records are up to date with your doctor. The reviewers will look at whether your condition still meets Social Security's definition of disability. If your records are old or incomplete, that works against you. Second, if you have a representative or advocate helping with your case, call them this week. Ask them, Has anything changed with how my review is being handled? Because of this new system, some cases may be rerouted. Third, don't ignore any letter from the SSA, even if it seems routine. Even if you've been getting benefits for years, a missed deadline in a CDR review can mean an interruption in your payments. And getting that money back is a long, hard road. I know some of you are wondering, is the federal government taking more control a good thing? Honestly, it depends. The argument for this change is consistency. If everyone is reviewed under the same federal standards, it should be more fair. And if the backlog really does shrink, people get answers faster. That matters a lot. The concern, and I want to be honest with you, is that centralizing this much work at the federal level requires a lot of resources: reviewers, staff, technology. If the SSA is stretched thin, a centralized system could slow things down even more for some people. So what do you think? Do you trust this change? I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below, because what you're experiencing on the ground matters more than any press release. Here's the bottom line. The SSA just made a major structural change to how disability reviews work in America. If you receive SSDI or SSI, keep your medical records current. Answer every letter. And don't assume your benefits are safe just because they've been coming for years. The rules of the game just shifted. And the people who know about it are the people who stay protected. Subscribe if you worked hard your whole life for these benefits and you're not about to let a government paperwork change take them away from you. And if you want to stay ahead, we just put out a video that will surprise you. It's about your 2027 Social Security check and why what's happening right now with oil prices in Iran could actually put more money in your pocket next year. Click on the screen right now. You'll want to see this one.